You're on.
All right. Hey guys, welcome to my page. Welcome to my own little slice of heaven. Welcome to my world. Welcome to my garage. This is Tracey. I am Tracey, and this is Traceys Fancy. And this is a very old, early American, not very old, but vintage, early American Ethan Allen China hutch from a friend of mine. And this belonged to, and was very special to her mom, who passed away not that long ago, not just very recently.
Michelle's on, says hello. Sorry to interrupt.
Who was that?
Michelle.
Michelle. Hi,
Michael
Michelle.
Johnson.
Hi there. Hey, Shell. She goes by Shell. So anyway, she asked me to paint this piece for her, and she sent me inspiration photos. And all of her inspiration photos were from, I don't know the lady's name. Do y'all know her name? She's from Dallas area, Turtle Creek Lane. Big Instagrammer.
A lot of people popping on already. About
Hey,
90
guys.
of them. Mitzi Man, Wendy Haveman.
Nice.
Nice. Yep.
Awesome.
Linda
Thank you, guys.
Rucker Woodall.
Hey, Linda.
Deshara Randall. Hi, Cindy.
Linda will be here on Sunday to pick up her pieces. Yay.
All right.
Yay, yay, yay. So anyway, she sent me inspiration photos, guys, and I'd already committed to doing the piece. And then she was like, okay, she's such a sweetheart. And she was like, so I'm going to send you pieces, what I decided I want. And they were all pretty much 100%, no, maybe 90% of them were from Turtle Creek Lane's house. And that lady has like all white. Her furniture pieces, like her kitchen cabinets and stuff, are mostly white. I think she's
Hi, Nina.
got some pink pieces. Hey, Nina. So everything was white. And it's very, very shabby chic, very cottagey, fresh. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to do a solid white piece. Okay, fine. Fine, I'll do a solid white piece. And it's not because it's boring, but I mean, look, guys, look what this is. It's so dark. It's dark and it's got like knots in it. And then if you didn't see me over on Dixie Belle's page,
Hilda says she needs some normalcy today.
some normalcy. That's why I'm here. I'm here to give it to you, Hilda. I'm here to give it to you. Yeah, I had a feeling not very many people would show up, and then I was like, maybe they will, because this is my little world right here, and I have control of what's happening right here, and this is good. And my husband's joining me tonight. How fun is that?
Hi, guys.
So Matt's behind the scenes. He's filming. I can't see the comments. He's doing that for me. And Zadie's out of town with a friend and her family, and it's just us, and look what we're out here doing. We're not on a hot date. We're out here doing this, babe.
We just finished a hot date. Susan is on. Susan and Sean.
He said that so casually, like, hey, stop it, you're making me blush. Anyway, so here we are. We're going cottage, shabby, distressed. I never distress anymore. I don't even know when's the last piece of furniture that I actually distressed with a sander. Remember all the years I did that, babe?
You remember all the years we sanded instead of priming and
Yes.
coating?
No
God, that
priming.
sucked.
We sanded everything down to its raw.
Hi, Susan.
Oh my gosh.
I wanted to.
The
Yeah.
lessons we've learned over the last 13 years. Do what?
Yeah, it was brutal. I learned to stop.
How many times would you have had me stop this business?
Every time I twisted my ankle or wrenched my back.
Loud so they can hear you, 'cause you're
Every time I twisted my ankle or wrenched my back or inhaled too much paint dust from sanding.
or had to go pick up a piece of furniture. that
It
you
was a
didn't want
game
me
changer
to.
though when you started, you dropped the sanding and you just used coating.
Yeah, and really took it online. That was a game changer. So
Yeah.
we're still here.
We're
still
here.
We're here. We're back to doing white. And do you want to come paint with me? No. He doesn't. Maybe he will in a second. So anyway, guys, this is what I got off of. These were white. These rags were as white as that paint. This came off of this piece, and it was spotless. She cleaned it. There wasn't an ounce of dust on this furniture. She pre-cleaned it. But this is what White Lightning got off. Yeah, look at that. So I knew by the looks of these rags that I was going to have bleed through. So I was like, I gotta prime it. I'm gonna prime it, the whole thing. So over on Dixie Belle, I did some test spots and they failed. It failed. Actually, it's not a fail. It's a win. This is a win because I got the news that I expected, and that's that it's a bleed through. A fail would be if I didn't prime it. I painted the whole thing, then I put my top coat on, and then it turned dinge like this. This is dingy. This is white. This has got a top coat on it. I know it's kind of hard to see. So anyway, these have top coats. I've already dried them, and I'm going to start priming because that's what we're going to do. And I have white primer, clear primer, white primer, and gray primer. Not going to use gray because I'm distressing. Not going to use clear because I'm not trusting it right now because this is a bad bleeder. So I'm going to prime with, where's my white? I'm like going crazy here. Here it is. Yes, sir. Good question.
Oh, I'm just trying to catch up. I think I may have, I missed many hellos, but there's 150 people on here, so
That's
it's hard to catch
alright.
them all.
That's okay. Gosh, I love you guys being on here. Thank y'all for being so loyal.
Wendy wants to know what you cleaned it with.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so let me tell you, where's my little jar? Right here. So Wendy, all those years of painting furniture, we, oh my gosh, remember we used to just use like Windex was a great one. Windex, and then I did learn that warm vinegar water was the best, and I would get the best results from that. So then I went to work with Dixie Belle. I don't know, it's been 3.5 years probably, and they said, well, you need to try our White Lightning. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. So they sent me this little jar, and it's got crystals in it, which is actually TSP, trisodium phosphate, but they also have some other how do you say that word?
Proprietary.
Proprietary ingredients in here. It's a mix, a proprietary blend, including trisodium phosphate. So you mix a little bit of this. I put it right here in my spray. This is it says cleaner. This is cleaner. So I put it in my spray bottle, about a teaspoon, and warm water. Shake it up till it dissolves, and I give it a bath all the way from the top to the bottom.
Bridget wanted to see close up what a bleed through looks like. Can we do that?
We can try, guys. We might lose internet when we move our phone, but yes, Matt's going to try. So this, okay, let me tell you real quick before he gets up here. This is actually not very bad. It's just turned a dingy yellow, even after 2 rags worth of that, okay? So it's just turned a dingy yellow. People say, oh, well, you got to keep cleaning it. No, it's going to keep doing that. It's leaching from the wood. It's going to keep doing it.
And it is big time.
Dingy.
Yes, it doesn't look at all like it did when you put it on.
Can you see it in the camera though?
I don't
okay,
think
but
so.
the other thing is
Well, yeah, a little
sometimes woods, depending on the wood type, will bleed through pink. Like mahoganies, those will suck through, and literally what we see here is gold, because this wood's bleeding through like with gold wood tannins. It'll come through like wine. It'll look like wine has been spilt on your paint. So those are bad. So yeah, you can bring them in. Bring them in and let them see.
I gotta do it slowly or it'll kick y'all off the internet.
If you just look up
See
underneath
the little square
here,
next to it is white.
see, this is very white, and this is dingy. Do you see the dinginess of it? It's very yellow. And if you were here, you could see all up in here, it's literally the color of mustard. It's the color of mustard inside there. It's just hard to see on camera. But all the way down in here, like right there, that's not a shadow, guys. That's just dinge. That's just dingy compared to this that looks like Snow White.
Yeah.
I don't want her, I want her piece to be white and fresh and, Easter egg white, Easter bunny white, Easter bunny white. That's what I want for her. I don't want to paint the whole piece and top coat it and she ends up with this dingy looking yellow piece. She would not be very happy. So
Aaron said yes, they could see the dinginess.
you could see it. Who said that?
Aaron?
Oh, good. Thank you, Aaron. I'm glad you could see it. So, actually, will you grab me one of those star sticks, babe? So, I just dipped my brush in my B.O.S, and it looks a little bit thin to me, and I think, even though I shook it up, so I think I may have some of the sediment has settled on the bottom, and I need to stir it. So, he's getting me a stir stick. Cute.
Behind the cabinet doors.
Oh yeah. So let me show you what I'm pulling off the bottom. I could tell by that's how experienced I am with Dixie Belle products. I could just tell by the first dip in there, and I'm seeing it run off my brush. I'm like, that's too thin. That's not my primer. I knew that the good stuff is down in the bottom of the jar. So, and I shook it. So let me show you. Look what's coming up.
Settled.
Look at that. All that lumpy stuff down in the bottom, that's what makes primer work.
Do you want me to stir that?
A lot of people, look at that. A lot of people will use primer and they're like, it didn't work. The bleed through, it's still happening. It didn't help my paint stick and it still stinks. And very first thing I usually ask is, did you stir your B.O.S.S? This will stir right out, you guys. It'll just stir right out and be creamy, smooth, and it doesn't stay lumpy at all. And actually, now that I've loosened it from the bottom, we could put the lid on it and shake it, and it'll probably shake out.
Lisa says, every time I paint hardware, it seems to peel when opened. What's the trick?
You know what? Honestly, are you talking about the hinges?
Yeah.
Can you see my face?
No.
What are they looking at? I could tell if you had the phone down. Like,
looking at your foot and you stirring paint.
I'm like, hey, dude, I'm up here. It depends on the hinge, first of all. If that's what you're talking. Well, I need a shop towel. If it's the hinges that spin like that, you shouldn't paint them. Honestly, if it's that type of hinge, you shouldn't paint it. If you can see that they spin amongst itself and it's exposed and then it's not exposed and then it's exposed and it's not exposed, every time the door opens, that paint's going to come off.
And you can't, nothing works.
Nothing works for that. You shouldn't paint it. Those are hinges that you should take off. But I think with this piece, it's just going to be shabby and distressed. Very less than perfect. I think we're fine. And honestly, I don't think this is that kind of hinge anyway. It's not. This hinge isn't like that. This won't ever be, this isn't that spinning where the hinge exposes itself. This one just moves, and I think that exposed part is on the inside. So that's not going to happen to these.
Do you want me to do that?
No, I'm good. Anyway, I'm on my own page so I can talk about whatever I want. I can do that on Dixie Belle too, but okay. So my stuff is started up here. So I'm gonna start painting. Look how pretty that is now. That bright white. I'm gonna start priming right over everything I did.
Hi, Sherry.
On my
Sherry's
test
on.
spots. My Sherry.
Yeah.
My Sherry that I'm gonna see tomorrow. I am headed out of town tomorrow with my girlfriend Sherry. Super excited. And y'all know what Sherry picked up for me today? We have another friend that we went to high school with, and they both live in the same town. And that girlfriend's husband bought her a rocking horse for Christmas. It's solid white, very shabby chic. And she has asked me to whimsically paint it. It is adorable. It's solid wood. It's huge. I mean, huge. Not a little rocking horse like that a little baby sits on. It's an adult-sized rocking horse. It's probably, Sherry, how tall is that thing? I mean, in the pictures, it looks like it's like 3 feet tall. It's big, and it's going to be amazing. He looks very, very, very majestic. So I'm super excited about that. Sherry went and picked that up for me.
Christine Adler popped on, says hello.
Hi, Christine. Hello. Does anyone have any questions about the Best You? Because you know that's what we're talking about all week this week. My health and wellness group only opens 3 times this year, y'all. So if you miss this one, you have to wait until the middle of the year.
Lisa, her computer froze, so she missed your answer on the hinges.
Oh, dang. Okay, well, first of all, these hinges aren't going to do what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. It depends on the hinge. So if you have a hinge that, how do I do this? Where it turns, you know, like,
On a pin?
on a pin, and then part of the hinge is exposed, and then you open the door, and then the hinge turns inside it, and then when you close the door, and then it closes back, and that pin keeps exposing itself back and forth like that, that paint's going to rub off. There's no way to not have that happen. So if it's that type of hinge, you really need to take it off and not paint it.
Sarah's
Just
on
clean
from
it up.
Australia.
Hi.
From down under.
From Australia. But this hinge is not like that. So this one doesn't have that type of rotation. I guess rotation's the word. It didn't have that type of rotation.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my answer. I think that was the short version.
Michaela wants to know, how would you remove a water stain from a wooden kitchen table?
Oh,
Just a
gosh.
sander?
Huh?
Sander, maybe?
No, actually when you sand, the stain just keeps going deeper and deeper. There's tricks to that, you guys. What is the trick to that? I don't know. I don't think it's a Dixie Belle product. There's a trick to that. Is it mayonnaise? Is it mayonnaise?
I do think I've heard that, yeah.
I think I've heard to put, who's got the answer? I'm sure someone on here has the answer to
Maybe a blow dryer works on marble.
that. A blow
and
dryer
granite.
on marble? And
Yeah.
granite.
It doesn't sound like it would, but it does.
Really?
Even if it's been there for 10
I think
years.
it's mayonnaise, or maybe there was a damp towel and an iron. Remember that? Remember that Pottery Barn table we used to have a long time ago, and
Vaguely.
that kid left a towel on it, and it sucked all the finish off of it.
Christine wants to know if this group covers forgetting.
Forgetting?
She's forgetting a lot. And Misty is excited. She got her email that the group is open.
Yay! Yay! I didn't mean to laugh at you, Christine. Do you? I thought you were being funny, and then Matt said, "No, you're really forgetting a lot." You mean you catch yourself being forgetful or foggy?
She was joking.
Oh, she was joking?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Lessa says yes, mayo for wood.
What? Mayo for wood.
Mayo, and
Yay!
also,
See, sometimes my brain works like that. I'm shocked.
Linda Rucker Woodall says toothpaste.
Toothpaste? Like what kind of toothpaste, Linda? Toothpaste? For wood or for mica and marble?
And also Wendy Lou says heat from an iron with a cloth in between, like you were talking about.
I was right. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I can't believe that.
Tammy Massey is in from Knoxville.
Hello. Oh, Tansy? Is it Tansy? Is that what you said?
Tammy.
Oh, Tammy. Hi. I thought you said Tansy.
Tammy Nice Macy.
Oh, from Knoxville. Oh, gotcha. Okay, well, I'm just as excited to see you too. I thought he said Tansy, but she's in Louisiana, and she is the one who got the Cinderella bed that I painted. And the shipper's coming this weekend. Yay. Yay to my shipper. It's arriving.
Michaela wants to know, do you put it on the stain, let it sit and wipe it away? Is that what you mean?
I think that's what we did. We rubbed it. We used that trick a long time ago.
I wasn't around. I wouldn't have done that.
Mayonnaise?
I don't mess with that.
Oh, you don't like mayonnaise. He thinks mayonnaise is the devil. Yes, that's what I did. I put it on and I rubbed it in really, really well in the stain and just right around it, and I left it for a bit, and then I came back and rubbed it in even more and then kind of washed it off, and it did. It fixed it.
Michelle Michael Johnson says, shut up, the shipper's coming again.
Yes, you're here again, Shell. I actually told him that. And it's not the same one, it's a different one. But yeah, I told him, I was like, my people on Facebook even say we've got to shut up, the shipper's coming. Shut up, the shipper showed up. That's what it is. Shut up, the shipper showed up, right? Shocking. See how much better this looks in white instead of dingy? Okay, now do you see the white? And then look over here. Look at that. Look at that dinge. It's dingy. Super dingy, but I'm about to cover it up. But I'm going to go around it. Let's go around it first so you can really see. And remember, guys, this is not a perfect finish. I'm not having to worry about brush strokes on this piece. This is a very freeing type of paint. I just have not painted like this in a really long time, but I mean, I'm going to be running an electric sander all over this piece, so I don't have to really worry about the cleanliness of it.
Sherry says, that's so weird. She felt like mayo would leave a greasy stain instead of a watermark.
Well, I guess
agree.
it is greasy, but it only absorbs into where the water has left its mark for some reason. It did work. It did work. Did Sherry answer about that horse, how tall that horse was?
She said it takes up the entire back of her Ford.
Oh, what are we going to do if we find something that I want to buy?
Guess you can't buy it.
I guess I can't buy anything if I've got my Lonnie's horse in the back of my car.
Tammy Valoni wants to know, she's coming in late. Are you priming?
Yes, I am. I am priming. This is B.O.S. White. I'm using Dixie Belle B.O.S. in white for this piece that's actually going to be all white. And we tried we did 3 test spots over on Dixie Belle's page tonight to see if it would bleed. I knew it was going to. And I haven't had a really good bleeder in a long time. It's so funny because, you know, guys, I'm a nurse by, what's the word? Trade, education, whatever. And, you know, we refer to people as bleeders as well. So I've had a bleeder. Got a bleeder in here. Yeah, got a bleeder. So look, do you see here? Ugly? So I'm going to cover that up. So we did some test spots and we proved that it is a bleeder and it does need to be primed. And then we talked about what primer is the best with wherever you're going. What direction are you going in your paint job? Do you need a clear primer? Do you need a gray primer? Do you need a white primer?
Christine just joined the Best You.
Yeah, just now?
Yep.
Is it Christine Adler?
Yep.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
Yay! I'm so happy. That makes me so happy. Super happy.
Sherry says you might be driving home this weekend with a rocking horse on your roof.
Oh my gosh. It's big, isn't it? It's going to be, that always makes me think of, what is it, National Lampoon's Vacation?
Yep. Honky lips.
With Grandma on the roof. Right? Can they still see, babe?
Yep.
Anyway, yeah, we did some test spots, had to prime. But this, Sherry, that horse that you have, that's what the look of this whole piece is sort of going to be like, I think. And the knobs on this piece are obviously going to have to be replaced. They looked fine on the wood, but oh my gosh, they would look terrible on this because they're very, they were kind of a dingy
porcelain white.
Porcelain white, but they were aged.
Yeah.
For sure. So yeah, this thing got a good clean. And I'll open the drawers and do the tops of the doors and the drawers as well. Anyway, what else, babe? Anything else?
Nope, everything's at a standstill.
Everybody's good? Anyone else have any other questions? Any questions about this piece? Any questions about something you're working on at home? Matt can tell me whatever you're saying. We can see it. Let us know. Anything you want to ask Matt? Anyone want to ask Matt anything about me? Anyone want to ask him what it's like?
It's a walk in the park.
Yeah.
She's just as pleasant all the time as she is on film. No BS.
Your pants are going to catch on fire. What are you looking for? Oh. If Sherry's still on, she's going to totally call you out on that. Right?
I don't know. She's been hanging around a long time.
So the very back of this piece, oh my gosh.
What is this? Sorry. What is this piece going to look like?
It's going to be solid white, with a lot of heavy distressing. It's going to have a shabby chic look, the old-fashioned, typical, run-of-the-mill shabby chic, cottage worn, charming, very charming.
Sherry wants to know, is there anything you can add to the old gilding wax to soften them up? Stick them in the microwave.
Warm them up.
Hot water.
Did
Microwave.
you say microwave? Yeah. You can warm them up. So if you put spoon some out or crack some out, because the old gilding wax gets really dry, it may be too far gone. But you can get it out. You can put it in your hand and warm it. Or you can put a little bit on a paper plate and like just for a few seconds zap it in the microwave and it will moisten. Or you can get like a warm spoon, a hot spoon, and mash it, the hot spoon on it. That will work as well, because then it works. Like it still works if you can soften it up.
So Liz Justice wants to know if you were to prime a stone fireplace that she wants solid white, not a wash. Would you use B.O.S. or Slick Stick?
Oh, for a stone fireplace, B.O.S.
Okay.
B.O.S.
So,
And are you going
Michelle Michael says Slick Stick.
On the stone?
On stone.
Is it the porous stone, like rock? I would
I don't know if it's limestone or riverstone.
I would use
know.
B.O.S. I'm pretty sure. That's what I would use.
Wendy Lou Willard.
Slick stick if it's tile. If it's like a tumbled stone, like the tumbled, what I had on my backsplash. That's tumbled stone cut into the square tiles. That's very, very slick. That I did use slick stick on, but like actual real stone from the earth.
So Wendy Lou wants to know, Tracy, I did the trick with tape on the clothes, then taped a would you bend keyhole on a transfer. The transfer lifted with the tape. What should I have done? I saved it, but I was sick.
Oh man. Okay, so read that again.
Okay. Tracy, I did the trick with the tape on the clothes, then taped a would you bend keyhole on a transfer. The transfer lifted with the tape. What should I have done?
Okay, okay, gotcha. I was confused when you said tape on the clothes. So you did your tack on the clothes like I did. So you detacked your tape, so it shouldn't have been as sticky. And then you had a transfer on your piece. And then you wanted to put a would you bend keyhole on it. And you use tape to hold your keyhole in place. And when you take off, it pulled a little bit of your transfer off. Yeah. Transfers are so fragile, you cannot tape over a transfer ever. So obviously you learned that. But what you really, the takeaway from this should be that you don't need to use tape on the would you bends, ever. I don't use tape on my would you bends. Your would you bend, you should be able to, if you get the right type of glue, which is the tight bond. Would you get that ball of glue up there, babe? It's on the left. Do you mind to go get it? You got it?
What do you need?
Get the wood glue. It's up there on the left. Not the Gorilla Glue, but that type on the gray bottle. If you have the right type of glue, you should be able to just glue your would you bend and put glue on the back of it. This is the Type Bond Quick and Thick. It takes place that fast. So put it on the back of your would you bend. It's just a small keyhole. Put it on the back and press it on. Hold it there for a second, then get your heat gun and heat it again on the piece, and then press real hard, and then you're done. It doesn't require unless you had something else going on. I don't know if you didn't have a good glue or something, but we're so used to all those years of working with molds that we've made from paper mache, paper clay, resin. We have to tape all those things in place, and you just, the would you bend, it just sucks into this. It works so well with these glues, wood to wood, and the glue and the heat, and it makes it just push on there, and you can walk away from it.
Amanda Woodward wants to know, are you going to be painting the door hinges white as well?
Yes. People always worry about the hinges, don't they?
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, Matt does too. We've had that asked so many times. Yes, they're going to be, if you look at any, these shabby chic, overly painted, they always have that look that they've been on a porch and they've been painted 100 times already, and the hardware is painted over every single time.
Well, Wendy Lou says, but before when I did it, it slid.
I've never had one slide, girl.
So it just mean too much glue?
Yeah, maybe you had too much glue. And did you heat it the second time and press? I mean, the keyholes are this big. I mean, I have a bunch of them. They're like that big. I do big molds. And I glue those, press them in place, let go, heat them again in place, move my heat gun, press real hard. If it's super hot, get rags in your hand so that you don't burn your hand, because the mold will get hot. And do one last really good push. It feels spongy, and sponge it on, and it creates like a suction up to the piece of furniture, and then you can let go and walk away, and it won't slide. It won't slip. So I don't know what that's about. I'm sorry that happened. That sounds awful. I would have been sick about it too. But I'm glad you were able to save it.
Oh, she didn't heat it again. That's what it was.
Oh, okay, good. Well, thank you. See, we worked through that, and then surely someone learned something on here tonight from that conversation, so that's good. All right, I needed to turn around and babysit because I had like some drips. Babysitting our paint, we had some drips. And if I continue to have a lot of bleed through on here, guys, this is a bad one. This one might require 2 coats of B.O.S, to be honest. Sadly. It's gonna be a huge huge transformation, though, that's for sure. All right, are there any other questions? No one had one question for Matt, or did you just ignore them?
No, but that's okay. I'm okay with it.
I guess that's it, you guys. What time is it?
Yep.
8:20.
About 8:20.
Yeah. Matt and I really are alone tonight, so I think we are probably gonna, I don't know, we're gonna go in there and cook.
Mm-hmm.
Find something to watch on Netflix.
Some food. Yeah.
But
Sounds
I think
good.
I will finish priming this. Not the top. I'm gonna prime all of the bottom. I need to prime the sides and the right up here. I'm not gonna do the hutch tonight. I'll prime that later.
Okay.
Okay, what?
We did have somebody, Colleen Partridge came in, coming in late, and she wants to know, how did you prep this piece before the white, please?
Oh yes. Will you grab me those? I cleaned it really well, so it was spotless. It's a friend of mine's. It was her mom's, and she's has a lot of pride over this piece. She really, really loves it. It means a lot to her. And so she cleaned it really well, and it didn't have an ounce of dust on it, but I just knew it had a super shiny finish, and I also had a feeling we were going to have some bleed through, and I figured it probably had a lot of years of furniture polish on it. So, I went ahead and used White Lightning on it, which is the White Lightning from Dixie Belle. I don't know if you're familiar with it, Colleen, but I sprayed it down, put it in the bottle, mixed it up, sprayed the whole piece, gave it a shower, and I got this. And this was a white rag. This rag was this color. That's what color this rag was. So I got 2 of these from White Lightning, and then a water bath. This one's not as bad. So that's that. And then yeah, I'm priming it right now with B.O.S. White from Dixie Belle.
Amanda Woodward wants to know what your thoughts are on painting a white with a gray B.O.S.
As long as you're not going to distress, I would totally do gray B.O.S. and then paint white paint. I love gray B.O.S. Gray B.O.S. has a better color blocker to me. So like this super dark and going white, I would love it if I could paint gray B.O.S. I would do 1 coat of gray B.O.S. That's it. This is going to probably require 2 coats of white B.O.S. But I can't do gray B.O.S. on this piece because I'm going to distress this piece heavily. And if I distress back my white paint, it's going to show gray B.O.S. and then brown wood. So I'm stuck. I have to do either clear or white. So
She's doing a fluff.
You're doing fluff. As long as you're not distressing back, absolutely. Gray B.O.S. that sucker and then do fluff. That'll work really well for you. Yeah.
That's it.
Anybody else?
Nope.
No more questions? Okay, guys. Well, thank y'all for being here. Thank you for joining us. And thank you for just being so loyal and consistent and sharing my work and supporting my business. I really appreciate that. I have a link on the top of this video if anyone wants to order anything from Dixie Belle. I would love it if you'd go through that link because Dixie Belle gives me a kickback, a monetary kickback for that, and that is what helps support my business. If anyone is interested in living the healthiest, best you lifestyle ever, my health and wellness group that I also run is open right now for new members, and it closes on Friday morning to new members. So let me know if you want to know about that. I have no products to sell you, just to teach you about food in your body and find out what food works best for you in an amazing private group online. That's it. I'm going to let you guys go. Thanks for being here, and we will see y'all next week. Bye-bye.